I put on a pair of pants in 2020. Everything was going fine until I zipped up. Because that's when my fupa got slammed into my chest. So I figured you'll work with what you got, yeah? So I just tucked my fupa into my bra. And I'll tell you, in the mirror, my brand new fupa tits, they look passable. I might still get some D's out of the deal. I'll tell you, the real problem is that my belly button got moved to the middle of my chest. I couldn't be walking around like a broke-ass Iron Man, you know? I'm not a hero. So I got back into yoga. I thought maybe some exercise would work out. And man, some of these yoga instructors are so out of touch, right? Like, they're always telling me how good I am at following directions. Like it's a compliment. Like, maybe they think I don't understand American too good. And I'm like, dude, my people brought you yoga. If anything, you're good at following directions, Bethany. Like, I was simmering, I was like, what is this SARS blanket of a yoga class? You're gonna line up my chakras and poison and go fuck yourself. Right? But I kept my chill. Like, I just returned the compliment. Like, thank you for noticing. And I noticed how you didn't, record a TikTok during this conversation. Like, we're both doing great. Namaste. That was great. I am trying to cut back on drinking, but, it's so much fun. Why be sober? Have you read the news? It's horrendous. But, I don't know, I drink differently at home than I do out in the world, right? Like, tonight, I'm like, choose my limit. I'd like to come back here. But at home, I'm like, wine in a mixing bowl. It's my special cup. Who's gonna stop me? The cat who doesn't know it. But I don't know, but you can't be drinking alone, right? You need to be drinking with your friends, or at least people that care about you enough. Because if you hit your limit, they'll cut you off, right? Like, because suddenly you start talking about things that we all know you don't know, right? Shit like, oh, let me explain Bitcoin to you. I could drive. Yeah. Your friends are like, you don't know any of that right now? Drink this water, put your top back on. Yeah, some of y'all have had that conversation. Yeah. I had this one buddy, every time he got drunk, this guy thought he knew Italian. Yeah, and let me clarify, not the language, but he would get so upset if you mispronounced an Italian word, Like, he'd jump up your ass like a goddamn hemorrhoid about it. It was ridiculous. So there's one night we're out, one night of many, but this one in particular, we close down the bar, we find a late night place to eat, and the second I sit down, he takes his menu, jams it in my face, and he's like, how do you say this word? I'm like, mozzarella sticks. Yeah. And he's like, no, you're wrong. It's mozzarella. And I was like, dude, you're really fancy for this IHOP here, man. Like, that shit doesn't even fly at the Olive Garden, right? Like, legit, I've ordered pasta fagioli. They're like, look, lady, you gotta order off the menu. We'll come back and But when I ordered pasta fagioli, they're like, we got you, fam. Rucksacks on the house. It's dumb. And to be fair to him, I'm an idiot too when I get way too drunk. But really, I just get mad about things that happen during the day, right? Like, one time I got really annoyed that some guy held the door open for me. A lot of silence. Okay, look, guys. For the record, first off, I'm trying to make your life easier, men. What are you doing? Why are you mad? But look, if a man wants to hold the door open for me, I appreciate it. What a kind gesture. I'll even throw in a curtsy. Take that home to the kids, But when this guy did it, I was still on the other side of the parking lot. And I knew it was for me because we're the only two people there, right? And I can see him gesturing like, there you go. And I'm gesturing back like, I'm good, don't worry about it. Yeah, like, we are so far from each other, sound waves are not traveling. We have to mind. Ridiculous. So then my anxiety kicks in, so I was like, I gotta hustle, right? like running like it's the last door-ass. And then the closer I get to him, I see him wavering. Like, you can see it in his face, right? Oh man, I feel like an asshole. I've been doing this for too long. You know what? She's got arms. I think she's got this. He goes inside, leaves me out there. So when I'm drunk, I'm like just fuming, like, pull that jar album for me? I know how to use the door. Yeah, grab it and you pull. It's just like a hand job. I get it. Drunk people don't make sense. Sorry, guys.